Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for my And Then There Was Friday vlog, and I have finally found a name for this. I've just been talking in the past, but now I finally have a name for it. And then there was Friday. I record this every Friday. I record it after my radio show and after my show on Pulse Nigeria 247. Shameless plug time. Do join me on radio Mondays to Fridays, 6:30 to 11 a.m. I'm on Top Radio 90.9 here in Lagos, Nigeria. And on Fridays, I am also on Pulse Nigeria 247. You can watch it live. It's Tuss's Buzz Live. Watch via the Facebook page. So, and then there was Friday. How was this week for you? This week for me was over by Monday. I just could not get myself into the right space. Sometimes I have a bad Monday, but by Tuesday I'm up and running, but I just couldn't get it back. I had a bad Monday and everything was downhill from there. I mean, even the most random things like mispronouncing words. Sometimes that happens to me. I don't know why. Oops, sorry about that. I am an amateur photographer and videographer and everything, so I'm learning. Anyway, so I mispronounce words sometimes and I don't know why. I think it has something to do with my brain. I read something once about how I mispronounce and then I forget. So it's two things. So for example, I could be talking to you and I'll be like, you know now that thing, and the word is just not in my head again. And I read somewhere that sometimes your brain is thinking so fast that you can't always like keep up. So anyways, that happened. And it's okay when that happens, like when you're with friends and stuff, but when it happens when you work in media, it's one of the worst things that can happen to you, because you're on air and yeah, you just anyways. I just didn't have fun. I also had to reevaluate one or two relationships, a business one, and the other wasn't business, but I just had to reevaluate and see. I believe that anytime there's something wrong in a relationship, in a friendship, in anything that goes wrong in your life, whenever you're feeling like you're not cutting it, the first thing you should do is always ask yourself, what am I doing that is wrong? I don't believe in blaming other people first. I am always trying to find out what I'm doing, but then after a while, if you have checked like all the things you're doing and you just realize, oh wow, this is the problem, and then you have to sort of sort that out. I like a quote that I saw that said, if you don't like where you are, move, you are not a tree. And sometimes it's actually as simple as that, because you think perhaps things will change, but then it doesn't change, so you have to change it. One of the most interesting things that was trending this week was this phrase that comes and goes, and it's this, the salary is what they give you to still forget your dreams. Yeah, a salary is a bribe they give you to forget your dreams. And I was like, but I call BS. Come on. Like, I don't like the fact that we don't have dignity in labor. It's things like this that make people feel like they should not give 100% at work because they feel like somebody's stealing their dreams anyway. Let's be honest, we're not all going to be entrepreneurs. Have the people who say the salary is the bribe they give you to forget your dreams, have they considered what will happen if every single person in the world right now, just as I'm speaking, everybody in the world should just go tender their resignation and go follow their dreams? So who's going to work for you? So everybody will have a one-man business. Like, I'm very confused. I'm genuinely confused. How is it going to work exactly when everybody in the world drops their tools and decide they want to work for themselves? Who is going to work for you? I just don't like statements like that. I think it's very misleading, and I think that it does not tell the whole story. Let me tell you, if you have a dream, if you have that entrepreneurial, spirit, and you are being held down, then by all means, go for it. But don't feel less of a person just because you're collecting salary. You need to, you have to understand that whether you're a manager, a subordinate, whatever it is your role is, you are the entrepreneur of your role. Take me for example. I work at a radio station and I am a radio host. So the way I see it is I'm an employee of my radio station, but at the same time, I am like the driver of my role as a radio host. So I am going to do everything to ensure that my radio show is the best. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to think about it not just from the station's perspective, but also from the perspective of what can I do to make this show better. And I think that's how you should see everything that you do. If you are working in a job where you are not happy, like it's not the job you wanted, you know how like when we're getting into university here in Nigeria, they'll ask you for your first choice and your second choice, and sometimes you would have your first choice as law and maybe like your second choice would be English, and they'll end up giving you like French just just go and study something. So you might be given French when you really wanted to study law. And sometimes it happens with work. You might be working somewhere and it's not really where you want to work. You just see it as a means to an end. That's a little bit different, but it doesn't mean that you should see yourself as a slave or feel like you're forgetting your dreams. You just know what you're working towards and you work towards it. So anyways, and then there was Friday, and then there's today. So here is to hopefully a better weekend, and I pray the next week will be great because I cannot do 2 weeks back to back like this. By the way, I just want to let you guys know something that I absolutely love. It's kilishi, and it's actually available at most supermarkets in Lagos, and it actually tastes really, really good. You know how packaged stuff does not taste as good as you would want it to? Well, this kilishi tastes good. My name is Tosin Buckner. Don't forget to leave a comment, and don't forget to share this if you like it. Bye bye. Now I'm going to have to try to end this